Does Banshee have a god roll? We start with Whispering Slab, and I'm going to admit it, guys. I don't have a god roll for this bow. I have never liked this bow, and it's probably because I could never get anything that really worked for it. Just my RNG has been awful. However, with this, let's just take a look at what we have. With this bow, I highly recommend that you go with elastic string and straight fletching. This doesn't have elastic, but see, that increases accuracy. Draw to I don't recommend anything that decreases stability, so you could probably go with tactile string, even though this isn't what you want. Fiberglass is a great place to start, and oh no, it comes with straight flex. No, this is what you want. Straight fletching. So straight fletching will help with accuracy without hurting stability. Fiberglass will reduce stability by about 5. We don't want to do this on this bow. I do have a friend who absolutely loves it, who has Killing Wind on it. I personally would go with Archer's Tempo, which will decrease the draw time. And then a lot of people use this bow for boss DPS, so Vorpal weapon. Everything in that column is kind of meh. Vorpal looks like the best choice. If you're using it just to add clear, Swashbuckler is an option. You can go with that. Long Shadow is the Vanguard Sniper, and this comes with ATX Rex, which is a pretty decent scope. I believe this is one of the top tier scopes. ATA Scout's the one that I picked. I really like it. I highly recommend ATA Scout. This comes with accurized rounds and tac mag, both of which are great choices, but slap on that tac mag, it's going to make this gun feel great. And for a gun like this, I prefer snapshot sights. You can get field prep. Now, if you're doing a lot of crouching, field prep is perfect for this gun. Highly recommend. But if you're just out in the field and you don't do a lot of crouching, I recommend snapshot sights. Rapid hit is also a top tier perk. And then in the last column, Outlaw and Rampage are the top tier perks here. I would probably use this more for an ad clearing sniper. I would personally pick Rampage, but if you want the faster reload, go with Outlaw. Not necessary because of the tac mag. I think this gun actually feels pretty good. Is this a god roll? No. Is it a good roll? Sure. Check it out if you like it, especially if you like that field prep. First in, last out. Look, if you want to raid, you need this gun. If you don't have a first and last out, get this. It's not exactly the role you're going for. Honestly, I have a first and last out that's absolutely stupid for raids. And this is what it is. It's Hammer Forged Rifling, Assault Mag, Auto-Loading Holster, and Vorpal. Get that role if you want to use this for boss DPS and raids. However, if you don't have a slug shotty, get this. Just do it. Prep yourself. Like, you need to have a slug shotty. While we're all using fusion rifles this season, you know Bungie's going to nerf the hell out of them next season, and we're going to go back to using shotties and snipers. That's how it always is. But let's take a look at this roll. So while I use Hammer Forged for PvE, this thing comes with Fluted Barrel, and this is a very popular perk. This will give you a lot more stability on this weapon. Assault Mag is the king of mags on shotties, in my opinion. Get this. This is great. You have your auto-loading holster, which you want anyway. And then Demolitionist, I would prefer Vorpal for both PvE and PvP, but we don't have that here. This is one of your top tier perks on this gun. Guys, this is an excellent PvP roll. Not gonna lie. You could go with tac mag, but you've got assault mag here. If you're looking for a PvP slug shotty, this is it. Grab it. It's not a god roll, but it's actually a great roll. Eternal Blazon, I think, is a little scout rifle that a lot of people ignore, probably because it's just a world drop, and a lot of the world drops are really good. If you need a scout rifle and you don't really have one that's good for nightfalls or raids, this is a good starter. I would prefer this have Flash HS5 for the site, but we do have Spark PS, which is a top-rated perk for PvEers. This is a good start. Ricochet rounds would give this thing a lot more range, and I would definitely prefer that over Appended Mag, but Appended Mag is also a decent pick. Then we have Overflow and One for All. Overflow, if you pick up heavy or special ammo, you'll be able to just, fire this weapon without having to reload. I love Overflow. Love it. Especially on auto rifles. This is a decent perk on this gun, too. I personally would prefer full auto trigger, but if full auto trigger didn't come on this, I would go with Overflow all the way. And then in the last column, my top pick is Kill Clip. However, that's not the choice here. One for All. It looks like out of all the perks available in this column, this is probably the second best perk you can get. Is this a god roll? No. But this is actually a great roll for PvE. Pick it up if you're looking for it. Outrageous Fortune. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I just bought this for myself. Only specific things come on this gun, but I just want to point out immediately, we've got linear compensator, we've got spike grenades, and we have sticky nades. These are both on mountaintop. Like, you have an option between spike grenades and sticky grenades, and you've got linear compensator, which is consistently the top perk picked by players on all grenade launchers. What's available in these two columns is a little weird. Threat detector, this is pretty useful in PvP, but you could probably also use it in PvE. Just make sure you're not in a situation where you blow yourself up. I think a rangefinder is also a top perk on here, and auto-loading holster can be useful, but threat detector is a pretty decent option here. And then I think this is also a gold tier perk, so most people are picking this. And then in this column, I think with this gun, I would prefer Rampage for extra damage because I would personally be using this for PvE. There's other grenade launchers or other heavies that I prefer for PvP. I personally wouldn't use this. However, this is a god roll. Put linear compensator on. This is a PvP god roll, and I don't really think you can argue with it for PvE either. So is this a god roll? Yes. Grab this gun, masterwork it, have fun. Eternity's Edge is the Warlock sword. So if you're a Warlock, grab and you don't have one of these, grab it. However, it's really not that great of a roll. It does have Jagged Edge. Infinite Guard is the only guard that comes on this sword. And it really breaks my heart that they put Thresh on here. You want Relentless Strikes here. And then Whirlwind, they removed Whirlwind from this sword. This used to be on a different sword frame, and they changed it to the same frame as, I believe, what's that sword called? Fallen Guillotine. Actually, let's take a look real fast. Fallen Guillotine has a Vortex frame. So, I don't know, maybe they felt this would be way too powerful if they gave us Whirlwind, which is just dumb, because you know what? The Titan sword is freaking amazing. So the Titans, you guys have a good sword. But nah, no Whirlwind available here. I personally go with Surrounded because I usually am surrounded when I'm using this sword. So is this a god roll? No. Is this a good roll? Not really. It's okay. Honestly, you can get better with world drops. Now, if you're a hunter, you have a choice of Quickfang. This is an interesting little sword. It's so weird. It feels so different from other swords, but there is no Jagged Edge here. Swordmaster's Guard is one of my favorite. It is my favorite guard, and it's the only guard that comes on this sword. I would prefer Relentless Strikes here, and I would say, let me see. You can get, I'd say you don't really need Assassin's Blade, although it's available, but One for All is what I went with, and I really like this sword. That's probably the best pick. I don't know. I feel like Hunters got screwed in this column, so probably Assassin's Blade or Quickfang are your best choices here. Is this a god roll? Hell no. Is it a good roll? I'm sorry, hunters. Just walk away. For you Titans out there, oh my god. Really? Oh my god. Titans. Guys, this is the best roll of the game for this sword. This is freaking stupid. Get Jagged Edge, Heavy Guard, Relentless Strikes, and Whirlwind. No way, actually, this isn't the best roll. You want Vorpal, but guys, Whirlwind Blade? Like, come on. If you don't have a good roll of this sword, get it. Man, so Vorpal, you get increased damage against bosses, vehicles, and guardians when they're super active. With Whirlwind Blade, you do rapid sword strikes to increase the weapon's damage for short duration. You always try to go for Whirlwind times 5, which is a 30% increase. Guys, I'm fine with Vorpal or Whirlwind. Is this a god roll? Yes. Yes, it is. If you don't have a Titan, make one and buy the sword. And so when you do get a Titan later on, and guys, you should have one of each class. Let's be real. This is amazing. Get the sword now. Go for it. All right, guys. There's your weapons. Banshee has like 2 god rolls. So that just blows my mind. And then he's got some other ones that are okay. And yeah. Well, if you're a Titan, he's got 2 god rolls. sorry, Warlock and Hunter. If you'd like to support this channel, liking and commenting on the videos tells YouTube to share these videos with others who may find them useful. If you'd like to provide monetary support to help keep this channel up and running, visit my locals and subscribe star communities.